Good morning, students. Hope you all are good. So welcome to my biology class. Our next topic is kingdom fungi. So students, fungi are plant-like, but they are not plants because they cannot make their own food. They are non-photosynthetic, okay, and their cell wall is made up of chitin, not cellulose like plants, and they lack chlorophyll, but in plants have chlorophyll, okay. And also fungi store food in the form of glycogen instead of starch like plants, okay. So in this way fungi are not plants. Students, fungi decompose and recycle of nutrients in the environment. They decompose, they can clean the environment, and they are multicellular except unicellular yeast. They lack true roots, stems or leaves, and their cell walls are made up of chitin. I've already told you. And some fungi are edible. Edible means eatable, and while others are poisonous, okay. Like mushroom are included in fungi kingdom. Some mushrooms are edible and some are poisonous and they cause serious illness. So in fungi kingdom, it includes puffballs, yeast, mushroom, toadstools, rust, smuts, ringworm and molds. So the antibiotic penicillin is made up by the penicillium molds. So students, next one is fungi as symbionts. Some fungi are parasitic, they cause diseases. Some are saprophytic, they feed on dead and decaying matters. And some are symbionts. Mutualism. Mutualism means an organism which lives on the host body. They take benefit from the host body and also give benefit to the host too. So in this way, mutualism is there. So some examples of fungi mutualism. So mutually beneficial association between fungi and other organism is lichen, which are made up of fungus and alga. So alga produces the food while fungus provides protection. In this way mutualism is there, okay. So students, in this kingdom we will discuss about the molds. So molds are fuzzy growths, okay, that you have seen on the rotting fruit, stale bread, cheese, damp shoes and so on, okay. These they rapidly grow, they grow very fastly and they reproduce sexually by spore formation. And I have already told you that this occur on the food, okay, which is spoiled, which is rotten, okay. So students, structure and reproduction of molds. When you observe fuzzy growth of mold, okay, under the magnifying glass, then you will notice that a tangled mass of thread-like structure. So this filament, this thread-like structure is known as hypha, okay, and the tangled mass of hypha is called mycelium. So hypha, which may have one or more cell and grows by elongation at the tip. It grows at the tip. Hypha is tubular and hard wall is chitin, and it has porous walls because of thread-like structure. Okay, this is known as hypha. This is the structure of molds, and they reproduce by producing spores. The spores are produced by spherical structure. This is known as sporangia. So at the tip of the hypha, sporangia is produced, and after some time sporangia burst to release spores into the air, okay. And when the spores released and land on the suitable surface, and after that on that surface they form new colonies, okay. In this way molds can reproduce. So students, molds are saprophytic. They take their nutrition from the organic matter they grow on, and which may be soil, water, decaying plant, dung, paper, leather, clothes and so on. Hypha release enzymes into the organic matter, and these enzymes break down the complex molecules of the organic matter into simple form, okay, which are absorbed by the hypha, and this is known as the extracellular digestion. Why extracellular digestion? Because it happens outside the cell, okay. And students, molds can respire aerobically or anaerobically. Aerobically respiration means in which oxygen is included, okay, it occurs in the presence of oxygen. Anaerobical means it occurs in the absence of oxygen, okay students. Next one is useful fungi and harmful fungi. So students, useful fungi, I have already told you that penicillin was the first antibiotic to be discovered. It is produced by the soil fungus, okay, that is known as penicillium. And some mushrooms that we can eat, these are also fungi, okay. And fungi help to clean up the environment and increase soil fertility, okay, because there's some fungi parasitic, and saprophytic, okay, so they feed on dead and decaying matters, organic matter mixes with the soil and increase the fertility of that soil, okay. So yeast is used in bakeries, okay, and it helps to prepare the dough of dosa, idli, dhokla, etc. Okay. So students, harmful fungi causes diseases in animals, okay, like ringworms, fungal infections, and also in human beings also, okay. And also it causes disease in plants like rust, smut, okay. So in this way, due to these diseases, it can destroy entire crops. Fungi infect stored grains also, okay, and they can also damage our clothes, leather, wood, books, etc. And I've already told you that all the mushrooms are not edible, okay. There are some poisonous mushrooms which can cause serious illness, okay, if eaten unknowingly, okay students. So these are benefits and harmful effects of fungi. So students, if you have any doubt, then you can ask me anytime. Thank you so much.